Hello,
Hello.
I'm Brooke Erdman, and today I'm happy to introduce someone named Voldemar, who is going to talk to us about his carnivore journey. Hello, Voldemar. How are you?
Hello, Brooke. How are you? I'm fine.
Well, thank you for coming on and sharing with us what it's been like for you on the carnivore path. And
Hmm.
I'll ask you, what brought you to this diet? What was going on?
Hmm. Okay, so basically, carnivore had saved my life. I can say that because I was basically desperate at that point. Like my health was declining for um, like at least 5 years, and probably no, I'd say it was like 8 years. I was just feeling the time declining, and I was like barely functioning at that point. And I've just heard on one of the Jordan B. Peterson interviews that he's eaten meat and greens, and it helped him a lot. And I've just decided to give it a try immediately. Actually, not that immediately, like next week, but within 5 days, I've just started that and decided to stick to that for 3 weeks, and then decide like if I should proceed or like drop that. And within 1 week, I felt great relief on my digestion. Actually, one of the biggest troubles at that time with my health was digestion. It was like heartburn non-stop, like all the day from morning to the like to go into sleep. And in order to like go asleep, I was eating like like drugs. Otherwise, I could not sleep. And also, I had an indigestion, like say every other day, and it was like really a big issue because I was waking up somewhere around 3 a.m. and had to like go to the toilet and like how to say that like I don't
So
know the
you,
word.
so you could, so you had to eliminate your bowels even in the middle of the
Yeah,
night, and you couldn't
exactly,
even
exactly.
sleep through the night.
Typically in the middle of the night, so I was getting not enough sleep because of that, and also like my teeth were like the enamel was really thin because of that, because the the acid from my stomach was like eating my teeth.
Wow.
So yeah, that was terrible. So I was never getting enough sleep because of that.
So your teeth were
And
hurting, your bowels were hurting, and you
yeah,
weren't
yeah,
sleeping, and
yeah,
so
yes,
terrible.
yes. So that was a huge issue, and I just felt immediate relief. So it just stopped, like
Mhm.
nothing was bothering me, and not exactly nothing. I still had an IBS for around, I don't know, probably for about 7 months after that. But all that like stomach issues just disappeared, like nothing left.
So what were you eating with this all
So
trouble?
yeah, so actually within 1 week, I just decided I will stick to that, like, and probably will do that all my life. So I made a quick research on that and like found the people, like a couple of people who were like doing that for a long time. So I just stick to that. What I was eating before that? So it was actually some kind type of like healthy diet, like low fat, lots of vegetables,
Yeah.
lots of salads, like tomatoes and other tubers. And except for I was not eating onions, garlic, and chili because I had allergies on that. And beside of that, I was eating like mostly vegetables, not that much, like really some small amount of meat, like typically 1 meal a day, like small, I don't know, for 80 grams
Yeah.
once a day, or even like every other day. And yeah, that's basically it. Also cheese and like lots of bread, lots of yeah, lots of bread, lots of like porridges.
Okay, yeah, so lots of cereal grains, breads and grain and
Yeah, yes,
yeah.
yes, exactly.
And
Exactly. Grains and
so then you
porridges
went
and
to keto.
buckwheat.
Huh?
After, yeah,
So
sorry?
then you went to keto and you felt
Yes.
a little better or a lot better.
Not little. That was like a lot better. So all the digestion issues just stopped. So I just stick to that. And
And when you went to
so
keto, what did you eat?
when I went to keto, I was eating like literally as Jordan B. Peterson told me to eat. So I was just started meat and greens. And meat again, I was like eating healthy meat, meaning poultry. And
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And I immediately, like within week or two, I felt that something is missing. So I added fat, and that was mostly butter. And so actually, I was eating like mostly poultry and butter for like several months, and then like started to investigate more, and so added beef to that. Um, yeah, so I stumbled upon the World Carnivore Tribe around that time, and eventually, so it started to like changing my diet step by step. And as for um, October 2019, so in around 7 months from the start, I decided to drop the greens, and again took a little research and understood that there are like several times more vitamins in meat, even in like broiled meat, um, compared to like the most vitamin-rich vegetables
Yeah.
and fruits and so on. So I just dropped that and felt even better. And around that time, by the way, I had um, like CT scan of my head because like since 2012, I had issues with my sinuses. It was like sinusitis multiple times a year. And also my right left sinus was 75% filled with like hypertrophied tissues, and the right one was filled for like 60% or so. And I had CT scans like every year, and so at a CT scan,
Can I ask you something about those CT scans for your
yeah,
sinuses? Were you
yeah,
having headaches and pain because of
yes,
them?
yes, yes. I had headaches, and I had like acute sinusitis several times a year
Yeah.
before that. So I had no sinusitis since I started that diet, the like meat heavy keto, and then transitioned to carnivore. And in the probably in November 2018, I had a CT scan that showed that my sinuses are almost completely clear. Like I don't know, probably 10% filled here and like 0% here. So I was positively shocked. Yeah, that just was eliminated
That was with
instantly.
keto. That was with when you went keto.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, that was even with keto.
When you
Like
eliminated
probably
grains and flour and
yes, yes, yes. So basically, that
vegetables.
was almost carnivore. The only difference was some, I don't know, broccoli and cucumbers, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's basically it. So that was like 90% carnivore, I'd say. And yeah, and
So
around that time,
it's been some years now.
yeah.
And you were probably how what things what are the main changes besides lack of pain and and maybe you sleep better and can you tell us?
And for sure, yeah. I for sure sleep better. That's like 100%. And also, yeah, I actually missed the major issue. I forgot to tell you, so I have it here in my notes. So the major issue and the major reason for my desperate state before starting this diet, and why I just dived into that like 100%, like I never looked back, because I had like significant cognitive issues at that time. So like my cognitive abilities were in decline since about 2012, and in 2017 in the summer I had transitory ischemic attack. I guess it's called like that.
Anxiety attack, is that?
No, not anxiety attacks. So I had like a stroke, but it
Uh-huh.
was a mild stroke, which actually transitions. So it does not stay, but actually it left behind some severe cognitive issues. And like I was not able to navigate in many circumstances, so it was really an issue for me. And also I had really poor memory, so I could like get lost in like very familiar environment,
Well, that must have
and
been
it was,
frightening.
yeah, that was frightening. And because of that, it was really hard to do my job because I'm like actually earning money with my like with my head, with my brain.
Yeah.
So that was really a big issue. And with keto, I started to feel like I was like believing that it will help me, but that was not helping me that much. So actually, I felt some relief, but I still had that like attacks of like poor memory and like that other cognitive issues. And also another detail that my father already had a developed Alzheimer's at that time. So and I was like pretty sure that that's like my turn
Yeah.
already started.
That
So
you're headed in that direction. That's scary. Yeah.
yeah, so I'm headed that direction. So I was scared as hell, just
Yeah.
And actually at that time I was planning like probably a year ahead because like yeah, because I was in too poor shape, to plan far ahead. And so that was actually as keto was not helping me that much with my Alzheimer's issues and cognitive issues. So that was the major driver to go carnivore, just to go further, because I was sure that that direction of diets like helps me, but I was like, had to go further. And after that, basically the last attacks, I felt actually, yeah, there were like that aspect was improving slowly. And as for now, I could say that the last attack was like happened more than a year ago. It's like a year and a half ago. So I feel like I feel that I don't have that issue anymore for a year and a half.
That's great. Did you have like was there like warning signs before that attack, before those attacks would come on? Would you feel dizzy or anything?
Yeah. Usually I feel some fuzziness, but it could it could just happen like um, without any warnings.
Yeah.
Like everything's good. I'm just like going my usual like daily routine, and bam,
Yeah.
like I'm lost. Yeah.
What would your physician say? What were they telling you,
Uh,
the doctors?
they so I had the scan, and they told me that there are some minor how to say that injuries here, like
Like
the blood.
lesions or something?
Yeah, something like that in this area, which like impaired my memory particularly. And also there was some shit, I could not recall the exact term. There was some like minor stuff all around my brain, and that actually a clear sign of an Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a very early stage, but actually, I've seen the scan of my father's scan, and we were like going to the same clinic, and I've just clearly seen that like what could it lead to. So yeah, that was pretty scary.
Does that show up in a DEXA scan, or is that an X-ray, or is that an
It's
MRI?
MRT, MRI, yeah, MRI.
And so have you gotten more of those?
I actually did not repeat that scan. That's scary stuff. I would not
Yeah.
look into. I just feel great, and I could just yeah, I could not recall any like more attacks since a year and a half ago, and yeah,
Great.
that's good enough. I would not.
That's great.
Uh, yeah,
So are you still having to use painkillers?
no, no, no. But actually, I still could have some digestion issues time to time, so I still have that digestion stuff with me. the drugs for stomach, but I don't use it on daily basis as it was before.
Oh,
And
good.
also I still have issues with hypertension, high blood pressure. I still on medications on that. I've tried to drop medication several times, but actually it looks like it's too early. Also, I've dropped from my weight from 97 kilos to 82 kilos as for now, so it's minus 15 kilos. So it's again, it's really good, but I'm going to drop more.
Very good. So what are you eating now?
So as for now, I'm eating meat actually, so mostly beef, but I also like pork. And here in Ukraine, we are eating mostly pork, so it's much easier to get pork in like any store. And also we have really great like smoked pork stuff. It's like probably it's similar to pancetta. Is it an Italian stuff, pancetta?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have variants of pancetta here, and I was basically eating pancetta almost 100% during the World Carnivore Month this year, and like almost exclusively that stuff. That's really great. And also I'm eating beef, and that's mostly ribeyes. However, it's not that easy to get the good ribeye here in Ukraine. But I have a really good butcher to like, and also we have butcher shop right next door,
Oh, good.
and that's great because I could get a good beef there, and I'm doing roast beef here in my oven, and actually not me, but my wife.
Nice.
But yeah,
Very
we're,
cool.
we're doing that together, I'd say.
Do you eat organs like liver and stuff?
I was eating liver a year ago. I just stopped doing that because actually after I like accidentally was not eating liver for I don't know several months, I felt like no issues, and it's I like liver. I like its texture, especially when it's raw. So just raw salted liver is like really delicious stuff for me. However, it's not easy to get a good liver here. Even in that butcher shop next door, they sell no liver at all, and it's really hard to get like delicious stuff because I usually like try to smell that liver, sniff a little bit, and if it smells good,
Yeah.
then I could just eat it. And
Yeah, you want to get good. You want to be picky about your liver for sure.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, because in most of the cases it does not smell good, so I just yeah, it's hard to get good liver.
And then you can get ground beef there, probably.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
So you're eating a lot of beef and pork, because the regional meat is pork, it sounds like.
Yes,
And
regional meat is pork, so it's and actually when I'm going to the office and I'm eating McDonald's patties, so that's just that by basically all that I could get around my office location, and that's again not too delicious but good enough, and it feels like it has everything that I need.
yeah. So do you eat eggs?
Also,
Do
yeah.
you eat eggs and cheese and
Yes, I like eggs, and time to time, I'm like, it comes in periods. So there are periods when I'm eating like lots of eggs for a month or so, and like I don't know, but lots for me, it's like 6 eggs per day, around that.
yeah.
And also, I'm eating cheese again in periods. It's mostly brie or camembert, and also that blue cheeses.
Yeah.
That is great with meat.
Do you drink coffee?
Coffee is an issue for me. So I like coffee. I really like the flavor and taste. However, it looks like it rises my blood pressure. So I'm like drinking like ristretto, like or 2 ristrettos per day, something like that.
What's the
Yeah,
rest?
not every day.
What's the rest? Is
It's
that
like
oh, a
half
little
half of
espresso?
half of espresso. So it's like 1 espresso a day,
Okay.
something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But probably I'll drop that 100% because I had a period like a year ago I was not drinking coffee for about 6 or 7 months, and I was feeling better actually, because my blood pressure clearly dropped, and I was almost off of medications, um, and probably my sleep was better then. I'm not quite sure, but yeah,
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. So it sounds like you could really gauge yourself on what affects your diet, the diet changes, the little changes make, and you
Yeah,
make an
yes,
adjustment.
yes. As I have a pretty stable basis of my diet now, I can feel like every change. And recently I've added a little bit of chocolate, and it's a really good chocolate. It's cachet, 85%, so it contains almost no carbs. But so I feel a little bit allergic to it. So I feel reaction in my sinuses and in the throat. So
Probably
I
pretty,
cannot
pretty
afford.
quickly, probably pretty quickly.
Yes, like within 10 minutes or so. And so I cannot afford it. That's just
Yeah,
like not my.
no, no, can't afford. So with the sinus, with headaches must be gone, pretty much
Yeah.
gone with the
It,
sinuses,
yeah,
sinus.
it was within several months actually from
Very
this now.
good. And are you able to work out or do a lot of physical
Yeah,
exercise?
I was actually doing much more workouts previously before I started carnivore.
Hmm.
And when I started, I'm a lazy guy in many aspects. So actually, I just realized that I can afford, like being carnivore, I can afford not to like to exercise much less and being in shape.
Yeah,
Like because before that, I had to exercise at least twice a week, and in some periods I was exercising like 5, 6 times a week in order to to be at least in some shape to be able to function. And with carnivore, I'm like feeling quite good without that. So I actually uh, gradually reduced that exercise, and with that lockdowns, I almost stopped doing that, and as a result, actually gained a little bit of weight and like yeah, lose a little bit of muscle. But
yeah,
now I'm like doing light exercises like multiple times a day. Short routines with like several pull-ups, several dips, and that other simple stuff which you could do like in the office or
yeah.
at home.
Are you all still on lockdown there in the
Uh,
Ukraine?
Not right now, but it's like we're going that direction. Probably like next week or so.
To locking down or opening up?
Yeah, yeah. We'll go to lockdown. Now we're not locked down. No.
But you're going towards lockdown again.
Yes, yes. We're going towards that. Like we have that color coding, COVID situation stuff, and in several regions we're already red, which means lockdown. And in key region it's yellow, I guess. Like right now it's yellow probably, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's going that direction. Then orange and then red, and we will locked.
We are in orange.
We are in orange already, so it's probably like one week from red and lockdown.
Well,
Yeah.
hopefully
So
that changes for the better
thank
for
you.
all of
Yeah,
us.
yeah. It could change. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I hope so. So, is your partner also eating carnivore?
Yes, yes. So it in probably October or November of 2019, she went straight for vegetarian to carnivore.
Oh, yeah,
And
that's a switch.
18.
18, yes,
18.
2018. She's like straight from actually not straight. She was trying to do the keto while being vegetarian with fish, with some fish, but it was like not successful. So within probably a couple of weeks, she started eating meat and switched carnivore in like several months after that.
Good for her.
Yeah, and actually, yeah, it's really good for her. So she's happy to be on the diet.
Glad to hear.
And yeah,
That's easier when you're both doing the same,
yeah,
doing
yeah,
the same
yeah.
way.
That's really easy.
Yeah.
That's really easy. And that's an easy diet to maintain. So well, you know that we are like spending much less time like shopping, like grocery in grocery store. It's just straight to the meat, or even like going to that butcher shop next door. That's it. And so that's
Very
really
good.
easy.
Well,
And like to yeah,
I wanted to ask you, if there was any other medications that you saw that you could leave behind. So you said blood pressure medications have dropped somewhat, and
Yeah.
pain medication. Hey, hey,
Hello.
how are you? Oh,
It
nice.
is my
Oh, 2 in 1. This is great.
Nice
Look,
to meet
look at the two of you. You're so beautiful.
you
Oh,
because you
thank you,
have
thank you.
earphones.
That's great.
Okay. So
Thank
she cannot
you.
hear you, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm so glad. It sounds like things are actually really working out.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
What's your
Um,
doctor say?
Actually, I'm not visiting my doctor too often. Well, that's a time to time I have to explain that, like in my like blood work, that ketones at the max level, that's okay. That's like how I live.
Yeah.
So that's it actually. I was not really visiting doctors too much recently.
Very good.
So yeah, and by the way, there was one doctor who was like trying to convince me to like drop that red meat, like, because it's not good for me.
Yeah.
That was a cardiologist. I was consulting with him regarding my blood pressure. But yeah, he was not successful in that, so he did not convince me.
So the blood pressure, you're still on blood pressure meds, but you're
Yes, I'm on blood pressure meds, and I think the main issue here is coffee, because like during the period when I was not drinking coffee, I was almost off of that blood pressure meds. So I'm taking like 2 meds right now, and I was off from one of that meds, and like the last one was like half a dose, half normal dose. It was like almost nothing.
okay. Well, then I guess you know about coffee then for you.
Yeah. I think if I drop coffee within half a year, I probably would be able to drop medications too.
Well, it sounds like things are going well and you're going in the right direction, and you've had a lot
Yeah.
of
By the way,
success with your
regarding
health.
cognitive issues, I was taking a lot of medication.
Yeah.
It was like, I don't know, 5 or so, and I dropped everything.
Well, that's great. Especially those pain medications are scary to take all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for
Thank you.
sharing
Thank you.
your story, and I'm really glad that you've discovered and found your way, and you're taking good care, and you're both on a good diet, and sounds good. Sounds good. Volodymyr.
See
Thank you
you.
again. Take care.
Thank you very much. Bye.